So Lewis, over to you as you lead us in today's session. So Lewis, before you get into the session, we have Mr. Kizito Samuel Xavier, who is one of Uganda's renowned filmmakers. Also someone who is resourceful in today's discussion because we're discussing about the toolkit of a filmmaker, especially someone who's beginning and starting out as a short film filmmaker. So Mr. Kizito Samuel Xavier and Mr. Walter Gabriel, these are people who will lead us.
Okay, who will be ready, I think.
Into discussion. So, over to you, Lewis. Lewis, over to you, Lewis.
I think you've done most of the introduction of the session, Kabugaza. Maybe I'll just moderate as we move on. And as we continue, hopefully the rest of the people will be joining us as we go on. Yeah. Also, just to confirm, the session is being recorded for future purposes or what may be. Yeah.
Sure thing, Lewis. Sure thing.
Mr. Walter, I hope you have gotten what you wanted to fix to get in order.
Okay. Hello. Hi. My name is Walter. I don't know if everyone is here. Maybe we can start. Yeah, maybe the other people will join us. Okay.
No worries. As I said.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
Oh no! Actually, I didn't know this. It wasn't on. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my thing was muted. How are you, Oscar? How are you, Dina? How are you, Chris, Abin, and how are you, the legendary Mr. Samuel? Thank you for attending my class. Yes. I wasted so much time. I'm going to go through my little presentation. So basically, my presentation is about I compiled Yes, I'm going to share my screen. Before I share my screen, let me first get my phone charger. Wait, I think the laptop has no battery. Yeah, okay, so now I'm here. I wasted so much time. The place where I am, the internet is really not good. So I've been struggling with the internet, but I'm here now. I guess I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Usulwa Walter Gabriel. I'm a Ugandan filmmaker, born and raised. However, when I'm outside Uganda, they want to call me a Ugandan Canadian. I can't say no, but straight, I'm Ugandan. So I want to share basically, I've been around, not for so long. I've been around for some time. I came at the same time with Samuel Xavier, though Samuel Xavier is better than me. When in Uganda, we don't accept that this person is better than you. And I think me, I'm one person who believes it's good to always acknowledge someone who is way good than you, and it can help you to become a better filmmaker. Yeah, so one of the things I struggled with in my journey, I went out of film for some time to do school to understand how things work. But I found out that I'm in a society where the opportunities are limited, and actually there are more opportunities down back home in Africa. Yeah, so I wanted to share a presentation based on my experience with my recent films, especially Massacre to Toronto. I won't say it is really so successful like I wanted, just that because I made a mistake, and these are decisions I who have just joined the industry or who have just started to make. So please don't make these mistakes like I did, because I made a mistake thinking that I'm doing a documentary. Right away, I went to festivals and I made a mistake on the sound to do stereo. When you go higher in the game, everyone doesn't want stereo sound. They want actually 5.1. But in Africa, it's okay, except a few festivals like in Northern Africa. Most of the people nowadays, when you're submitting a film, they want a DCP. They want the sound format, they want 5.1. And in higher standard festivals, they even go for 7.1, like Toronto or Berlinale or Venice and others. But I compiled a few things of what I learned on the journey to develop my upcoming film. Two of my upcoming films, a short documentary called The Disc of the Dead, and also another short film called Zona Neda. The reason why I kept on doing short films, I wanted to get out of the short films once and for all, in order to help me to be a better filmmaker in the future, because development is a very good thing. So today I want to talk about development. I'm going to talk about pitch decks and budgets. I want to talk, when I'm talking about development, I'm not going to talk about script development or writing, because many of us have, every filmmaker in Uganda has gone so much into like classes for script writing. But me, I want to really talk about where do you go, what do you do when you have a script and you feel like you want to do a film that can go to a festival. That's the thing. So I am going to share my screen and we're going to start from there. Okay, where am I? So I'm here, and I have to go back here and share my screen. I need to make sure that the lighting is good on this laptop, I think. Select a tab to share. Okay, share. Boom. Can you see that? Okay. Okay, wait. How did I do it? If I say...
Yeah, it's very visible.
Okay, I need to change it because I opened it in 1 second. I'm just going to go back to it. Just a second. I'm going to come back and bring it better. Let me just do it because I tried to open it. Okay, I said okay. Just 1 second, 1 second. The internet is very slow where I am, like super slow. And Uganda has even more better internet than here. Better internet. PDF. Save. Okay. Save. So is the mega? Did I save? So do you guys mind to use some Luganda in my presentation? To be honest, I use so much English and I'm tired. So much English. But you guys have to bear with me if I use some Luganda. Okay, this one. Okay. Okay, just a second. When this internet, I try to use my phone internet. No,
So, Walter,
yes, I did that actually. The content to fit everyone, not just Ugandans.
okay,
To fit
okay.
everyone. Yeah, so I just fixed it now. It's okay, finally. Okay, this has
Yeah, if you can share with us, maybe the better, because we can follow what you are sharing with us.
Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen and now it's much better. Technology and languages. Okay, so for those who just joined us, you can call me Usura. I was born and raised in Uganda, and I'm a Ugandan filmmaker. So, okay. So I just want to share a journey of what I really went through in the last couple of, let me say, months in developing my new film. A lot of things I learned on the way I didn't know, and I thought I know, but I found out I didn't know. But it also helped me to understand how the industry really works. So today I am just going to share with you what really happens when you go on the journey. There's a lot of things actually. And hopefully what I share will help for the bit of the Uganda film industry. Okay, I think I have it now. So you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, you can see your screen. Yeah, we can see your screen.
You see this presentation?
Also, I think you chose the
Presentation. Thank you, Walter.
Oh, I can't hear. Sorry, one. Oh shit! So it's in Uganda.
we're seeing your Acrobat reader. I think you selected the wrong window.
Yeah, wrong window. Okay, 1 second, bear.
Welcome, guys. As we wait for Walter to come back, just a quick one. The session is being recorded just for future reference, and we can find it on YouTube later. So as we wait, just for those who don't know, Walter is a writer-director from Uganda, born and raised, as he has shared. I don't know whether he's going to share that again, but yeah, he said he comes from the Pearl of Africa. And yeah, today's session is going to be about pitch decks and developing for our short films. He said he has a couple of years under his belt and he's really good at it.
Technology is not really easy, but
welcome back.
Oh, thank you. I had to restart my laptop, and I also am in a very bad place when it comes to internet. Very, very bad place. Very, very bad place when it comes to internet. But at least I am here now. So I'm going to share using my email. Hopefully it works out. Because I tried all these things and they didn't work out. Yeah. Brian, let me forward this to your email. I think I have your email, Brian. Brian, what's your email? Can you put from your email in the chats? Because I think something is wrong here.
Okay. Let me put my email here.
Yeah, you just share for me the slides, because I think I have to concede defeat that this doesn't work.
No, Walter.
Yes?
Can you share the email to Lewis?
What is Lewis's email?
Lewis, please share your email.
Because I'm not on WhatsApp, my phone is charging.
Okay. Lewis, please share your email. Okay. I see you are sharing your email. I see you are sharing your slides.
Your slides are very visible, Walter.
Oh, you can see the slides now, right?
Yeah.
Can you see me though?
We can see Walter.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, then that's good. Thank you so much. You can see a green slides and posters, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Actually, I was confused. Now we can.
So what you can actually do is go to presenter mode. On the 3 dots there, you can move it to present.
That is too much technology.
All right. Sour.
Show my screen anyway. And how do I go to presenter mode now? You guys on technology. Now this is something I don't even understand. I'm sorry, I'm very old. Not so old, but somehow old school guy.
Walter, how old are you?
Do you have? Let me ask.
That's you for young people. How old are you, Walter?
That's a hard question. These days we don't really talk about our age. Can you say this now?
Yes, we can.
You guys are, because I want Brian to share this presentation after. For it has some nice links to way down, and I want everyone to have access to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, but we shall go as it is and how we are. I'm really so sorry. My apologies that we started almost an hour late. But I want to reintroduce myself again. My name is Walter Usura, and I'm a Ugandan filmmaker born and raised in a very nice, beautiful place called Kawempe. Yeah, so I've been a filmmaker for some time. I started out in 2012 as an actor. Slightly around 2011 as an extra, a professional extra. Then I started out as an actor in 2012, working with a guy called Patrick Sechaya. Though, how did I get to Patrick? I go to Patrick through Ziwa Aaron. Yes, Ziwa Aaron, I want to give him his flowers. He opened the road for me to get into the industry. Yeah, and I personally started something different. I started journalism, though I never practiced in any way. I've never done anything in journalism. So I ended up becoming a documentary filmmaker. And here I am. So I wanted to start with, I introduced myself already. I wanted to start with history. So if you're a young filmmaker, I know not everyone here is a growing or emerging filmmaker. So in Canada, they refer to me as an emerging filmmaker, which is okay with me. So before even we dive into our class, we have to look at the history. Where has Ugandan film come from? So I've put up posters here of some of my best personal Ugandan short films. Personal. So the first one here, this one is A Good Catholic Girl by Matt Bish. I think it was funded, I don't remember the name of the organization, but this was a very good short film. It screened at some of the nice festivals around the world. But by then, I think like 14 years ago, or 14 or 11 years ago, I'm not so sure though. But when you look at it, it was really made well. And that's why I give it flowers. There is another short film called In Reality by Kasore Douglas Bender. It really went far in some of the nice festivals, and some of them are not there anymore due to so many problems regarding funding. Then there is this one called Kai the Vendor by Bob Nyanzi. So Kai the Vendor, it was one of the short films made out of the Maisha Film Lab, and it was a very, very good film on the festival circuit. Then we have, I will start with Crafts, The Value of Life. This one from Samba George. He's a very, very good filmmaker. We come from the same time, around the same time, same generation. Me, him, Samuel Xavier, and a lot of other guys. So also then there is The Bad Mexican, personal choice. This is my best Lukman Ali film, me as a person. So don't shoot the messenger. That's my best Lukman Ali film actually. I liked how it was made, and I like how it was wrote, and I like how it was shot. Then when we move from Ugandan short films, before I go to our case studies from other parts of the continent, if you look at our films, year to years, films have developed. And filmmakers have been serious. Filmmakers know what they want. They have invested. I'm going to add a short film. I didn't put the poster because it's much more new. And I didn't really speak to the filmmaker to put his poster here. None of them actually did, though it's a public presentation. So I think I can talk about Jimby. Ivan is a friend and Pius. The film was really done well, shot well, and also the film moved pretty well. But remember one thing about this film, they invested in very key areas of the film. If you look at the film was colored by a guy called Ben Aita. He's from Nigeria. So Ben is the color artist on the film. When you try to bring someone on the film as a colorist, that is investment. And two, when you also try to invest in audio post, that is also investment. So, yeah. So then I'll go to Mlika. Mlika is a Congolese film by Maisha Mayene. So Mlika opened up, I don't remember, like maybe it opened up in Sundance. So from Sundance it went on, and then from there it went to so many festivals around the world. So the same person is developing a documentary now called Spaceman in Congo. So the reason why I brought up these short films, they can help to inspire people who want to go pro when it comes to short films, because one thing I realized, people are really doing short films with actually big time actors. They're doing short films, and these short films, when streaming platforms reach out to them, they keep on asking them, can you do a feature film? I love your idea. I would like you to do a feature film out of that short. So usually that's why people go far with that. Then there is a Dai. Dai is from Ghana. So I found out about Dai, I think in 2023 in Quebec, because it won the Grand Jury Prize at the Claremont Fairland. I'll talk about the Claremont Fairland when I reach at the section of festivals. So there is also Grogani's Lodge. It's from Kenya. I put it on the list because Kenya is like way near, and we've been looking out to them for so many years, but apparently I think in the next few years we'll be better than them. Yeah, because you have much and better storytellers. If you're a Kenyan on here, don't get offended. Ugandans were really good, actually. Then I bought Astel from Senegal. It is also good. It's screened at Locarno and TIFF. Then lastly, Alaza. by it was produced by Tamara Dawit. So Tamara Dawit was supposed to be my mentor, but then I didn't show up for the mentorship. But the director, it opened up at the Critics Week at Cannes, and it screened in Canada at the Toronto International Film Festival. So I brought up these films just that I wanted to share with you some of these films that have made impact, and how did they get made in terms of the professional tone. So I'm going to first speak about a pitch deck. Actually, no. Let's start with development. I'm not going to talk about script writing because everyone has gone through script writing classes. I just want to speak about development. I hope you guys can hear me, right? Hello?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, so I'll talk about... I'll talk about development. So the development I mean is starting from when you have the script, the first draft. And I'm going to use an example of my recent film called The Last Exit to Kawempe. It will be available in the next, I think, few months, like 2 months now, before the end of the year. So when I had the script, the first draft, I was confused. I kept on reading through the dialogue. I didn't know what am I going to do. Ready to pay anything outside here. So I resorted to one thing. Because I have a belief that one of the best places for writers who understand a Ugandan story, they are in Uganda. And what I did, I reached out to Samuel Xavier. I reached out to Nakayenze Sharon. I actually wrote the script with a girl called Mutesi. Yes. So I developed everything. Then I was like, hey, can you come on board? I want a co-writer because by then I was writing Zona Neda and some other project. So I never wanted to have so many projects back and forth. When she came on board, the script was done in like a week or two. Then I looked for Sharon. And after looking for Sharon edited the version, but I was like, you know what? I feel like something's missing. Then I went to Samuel. Samuel went through the script. I think Samuel did the last, the third draft. Then I did the final draft. So the final draft I did just, I wrote a few things and also add some few changes. Then that was the final one. But I did that because, in Uganda, filmmakers, we have a problem. We don't want to accept that there are people who are good at something. And it is something as you filmmakers have to put in your heads. If you know someone's strength is writing and being a good DOP and editor, look out for him. I'm always in his inbox giving him her time. I'm like, hey, Samuel, you know what? Can you please watch this movie and tell me what you think? Be honest. He's like, oh, you know what? This was done poorly. This was done badly. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. He gives me all those notes. I go back, sit down, maybe with my editor, maybe with my VFX artist, and etc. So I think abroad you cannot get that. What Samuel gives me, you pay for that. And the last time we had a writer's room, I had to pay his company because there are no free things. He has a family, he has a business, he has a career to take care of. So please, we have to have the culture of paying for consultancy. Yeah, but me, I won't charge you anyways. I'm just saying that for professional people like Samuel, for professional people like Brian, Dina, and others, Robbie, we have to pay professional people for professional services. So when you have a script, try to develop what we call a writer's room. Bring on people. You can start with a table read. Bring on actors. I've not done that on Zona Neda because I want to go on the final draft, which I'm working on, and I might be on the final draft by February. So bring actors together, do a table read. Get what they think. I believe some of the best script writers in the world, though even if they don't know how to write, but they're actors, they listen to the story when they're reading. When you read Zona Neda, I don't like the English and I don't like the dialogue. That's one thing I've been struggling with, and Samuel knows that because I've shared this with him. So I kept on struggling with the dialogue, and I had to invest a lot of time in changing the entire dialogue. So that's one thing you can do on a Ugandan standard. Then if you're moving to a standard of these films down on the presentation, now you have to go in what they call investment in production. Sorry, in development. You have to look out for labs that support in developing short films. There isn't a lot of these labs back home in Africa. I think there's one in Cameroon called TBWA, to be African and something. Yeah, I think that's the one I've seen. But also the Durban Film Art should be having a program for films. But usually, most of these programs, they really look out for filmmakers from their own countries. Because even I think in Egypt, there is one at El Guna Film Festival. They have a new program called Singuna Emerge. I got a chance to be one of the talents they're taking this year, and I found out they don't have short films. They have only feature. So when you're going for that, so me on Zona NEDA, I started in a program called Cinephilia Workroom Development Lab. It's run by a production company in New York called Cinephilia Productions. I had to pay actually, I think $800. So they take you on an online a journey online for like a month. They go through your script with you. They advise you. I did that after Samuel and his team supported me on that journey. So I will talk about Zona NEDA and Last Taxi and The Disc of the Dead back and forth because those are the films I have that are on the move. Zona NEDA is the one I like more, I'm sorry, because I spent so much time on it. And I paid, so they supported me through. But also another thing you need to understand, not everything they tell you in these labs, you have to take it. Because if you take everything, that is me. If you take everything, you never make your film. I met a very successful filmmaker. He told me the same thing. He's like, if you take everything you find in labs, you will end up not making your film because you change the script every day. That's another thing. So for development, I really advise before you think of budgeting and everything, you have to develop a script. Develop it, make it better, look out for people who are good. To me, if I would advise you, I'm not really selling these people. If you want to make a short film, always be open to criticism. For us, we pay for these things abroad. So reach out to someone and say, hey, Brian, Samuel, Dina, I have an idea. I want to make a short film. I have an outline. I want you to advise me. I don't have a lot of money. I'm requesting to pay you $150K for your consultation. Because Brian is going to sit, Samuel is going to sit, Dina is going to sit, or Lobby, she's going to give you all her ideas. Or do ABCD. And when they give you these ideas, you're going to actually think on these ideas and create your film or your script. So you pay something small. Okay, I'll buy fuel for $70K because I know the economy is for us as filmmakers. Even us abroad, we are struggling actually. Yeah. So by Ugandan standard, you can start there. If you have a script, you can workshop it scene by scene until they feel like, you know what, I think this scene is not good. We can take it out. We can do ABCD. And then what we can do, we can move here, then we get there. So when you're done development, then you have to develop a package or a pitch deck. So that's where I'm going now. So you have to develop a pitch deck. And a pitch deck is a very, very important thing for a film. Every funder, every collaborator is going to look at this. So I have attached a pitch deck. I'll be sharing some parts of it, but I took out everything, not everything, some of it. So in a pitch deck, there's a lot that comes with it. You can develop a pitch deck using, before we used to use PowerPoint. As the world has kept on changing, now we use Canva. I mean, I don't like PowerPoint as a person from school. So Canva now, there is a pitch, but Canva, you can use the free one. You don't need to pay. Yeah, you can use the free one, and you can always take out you can use, there's a...
Walter.
Yes?
No, of course, Walter.
Sorry?
Yes, Walter. Yeah. So as you go into the pitch deck, because where I am, we are a couple of filmmakers who are trying to understand, especially what you're trying to present to us. So with me, I have directors, producers, gaffers. So their most important thing was about like, especially when it comes to the director's vision.
Okay.
So
We'll get there, I think.
Yeah, okay, all right. When you get there, I have a question to ask you on behalf of the team.
Okay, no problem. You ask any question, I'll answer all the questions. Yeah, because we are late, I'll take you this through quick, then we go to the creativity. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Walter.
Thank you for that. Yeah, so, okay, I was lost, but I'm back. So, on a pitch deck, you have to look out for, don't do everything I put here, actually. I didn't put everything here, but I'm going to go through it quick. So the title and tagline. So I'll talk about my current film that is coming out, The Last Taxi to Kawempe. It's very simple. The title is The Last Taxi to Kawempe. I never changed the title. At some point, I wanted to call it Kawempe Nights, but I was like, no, you know what? No, I'm doing this for this place. I grew up in this place and I was raised here. So the tagline was, the log line, and the synopsis was just very short about a mother and a daughter who got actually stuck in a taxi that was hijacked by a gang. And the story is based on a New Vision article that was written about a family member actually who went through the same thing in the 2000s. So then also I'll come to number 3 later. Then there's a lookbook and a mood board. Do research, find pictures. You can always use Google Shutterstock. You can use Google Stock now, I think, and a lot of websites to find pictures that look like what you want to do. Everything is there now. Even if you put the word Kawempe, you can find Uganda Taxi Park, Uganda Taxi, everything is there. So character profiles. Who are the actors you want to work with? Storyboard. No, sometimes, yes, you can if you want, but it's good for feature films. Then team bios. Look for team bios of the people you work with constantly. Usually on my films, Shantos does my sound. Nantekejuan is always my makeup, and now she's the actor. And always my films are produced by Akelo Isabella and Joseph Beck Masachiziv and myself. Then who else is always there on the team? Yeah, for now, those are the main people. And then the target audience and festivals, will do that later. So I'll talk about budget after. Production timeline depends on you as a filmmaker. What is your timeline and what do you want to look out for? So always the last one on the pitch deck, make sure you tell the person you're giving this what you need from them. So when I came in this event, I came in here in Austria, I told them basically what I want. I am looking for more money for my film because I'm shooting 35mm, my upcoming film, Zone Aneda. I'm shooting it on film, on roll, 35mm. I need more money. I need distribution in Germany and France specifically for a personal reason. Because then too, I'm also looking for support on equipment because the camera I want is so expensive in Canada. It's not even available in Canada. It's in the US and it's so expensive, and in Europe it's very cheap. So then I come back to the vision of the director. So as a director, before even you do anything, what do you really want to achieve with this story? What is your goal? What is your inspiration? Because these are questions they're going to ask you when you're pitching. They say, hey, Brian, Walter, tell us about the tone of your film, the look and the style. What do you want to achieve? So, for example, for me, when I'm talking about Zona Neda, I'll tell you that my story is I wanted to link Afro-centric tourism and a new style of African cinema, but in the context of a Ugandan story set in a minimalistic world where nothing is like real or even not real. Because I created a town called Ovido in a story, it doesn't exist. But I was like, you know what, if Hollywood can create Wakanda, they can create the country of Makovia, who I am not to create what I want. So I created my own world. But when I was creating my own world, I created it based on things around me. But we have Sapoas in Congo. I can have a Sapoa in my story. We have, back in the day, during colonialism, we used to have bartenders. They were so famous in Tanzania and Namibia, German bartenders. I created a German bartender because I love how they dress. Just only that inspired me to put them in my story. So the reason why they keep on asking you why your story, you have to take them on a journey about your story. What vision, what is your intent or not of intent? You explain that in less than a minute to them. It's very important. And lastly, on this outline, the budget. So before I go on the pitch deck, like the slides, how they look, I'll talk about the budget. I'm not really going to give you a detailed budget. I don't have one. The one I wanted to use is not good. But there are two types of budget. You can have a budget by Ugandan standard that has development, always put money for development. For example, if you have some 10 million, you're going to do a short film. Set aside like $500,000, and so I'm going to pay this to Samuel Sevilla, to Manyane, Sharon Nakaenze, Robbie, Brian, to look through my script, and they give me their ideas. Always when you're doing a development workroom, have an actor and filmmakers, always, and a critic. I had Tumanyane, who is a critic. I have Samuel, who is a filmmaker, who is very established, a scriptwriter, a director, and also with background in criticism. So I also had Sharon. So this really helped me so much to get my story to the draft I am on now. So when you're budgeting a picture, make sure no one sees that you're struggling. Don't make that mistake. Everyone is like, oh, how much is the budget of a film? Never mention the budget. Don't make that mistake. Don't show anyone how struggling you are struggling to make this film. But say, you know what, I'm going to be able to work with you. I want you really to come on my film today, and I can afford to pay you 1 million. I'm shooting for 3 days. Because we never have the budgets we want. For Last Taxi, I thought I'm going to shoot the film for 10,000. I ended up shooting it for more, and I went in debt. But still, I had to pay people after some time. So always negotiate, because these actors are expensive. Lobby is expensive, but she'll tell you, okay, I'll work for you, but next time, this is my worth. Because personally, I reached out to Van Vika to be in Zona Neda. Just for Crazy Man, I told him I don't have that. I'm going to pay you, this is the amount I'm going to pay you, and I'm going to bring you to Uganda, do ABCD. I want you to be opposite a Ugandan actress, simple as that. So, done. Now, I took out some things, I changed a few things. So this is the movie, The Last Taxi to Kawempe, a film by myself. And the synopsis, the logline, sorry, but always make it very beautiful. As possible as you can. I changed this so much because I'm going to share it out. So always try to, the software I used to change wasn't good, but try to put this in the middle. Try to use a font that is really friendly. Filmmakers, people are so particular when it comes to film. Someone can refuse even to give you feedback based on the font you use. They don't like it. In Africa, it's okay, but in professional labs in Africa, like Durban, like Atlas workshops, then there is also the Guna Emerge. They really want professional things. But also you can always pay someone to do this for you. There's a lot of people who are doing this for people in Uganda. Someone just did for me a very good pitch deck in Uganda. Yeah, these people are always available. His name is Elvis. I got him through even dancers, not filmmakers. So I did my pitch deck and I'm like, I want it to be professional. He's like, pay me. I'm going to fix it. Because you can't do everything. You can't do everything. So this is a synopsis of the film. The story is about Viola and her mother. Actually, the film is in post-production. It's at Code A. They're doing the sound design. Flowers. Thank you, Samuel. The film would have not gone to Code A if it wasn't you supporting me to get there. So it's always good to acknowledge people who support us. Thank you, Samuel, always for supporting me. I don't take it for granted. So back to business. Background picture I used, it was at night. The film was shot entirely at night. Why I used it is because I wanted the person looking at this to reflect on my concept and idea in the synopsis, because the film was shot entirely at night. Then also after the synopsis, you go to the cinematography and mood. What do you want? Though this is not what we did. I changed, originally it is at night. So usually, sometimes you can separate this or you can have it together. How do you want your film to look? In terms of the look, how do you want it to be shot? So I found this online in some of these documentaries that were shot in Uganda. So this is really important. Many people ask for a mood board. how is your intended look. So there is a lot of websites we have today. I'm going to show you something quick here, then I go back to the presentation. There's a website here called Film Grab if you're developing a pitch deck. So Film Grab is always available if you want. There are pictures, millions of pictures from any movie, and for them they don't have anything that, okay, I'll need to take out like the usually people mark pictures, but these ones are free pictures to use. Always you can use this for a pitch deck. Yeah. Then you come down to talent. So these are the people who are in the movie. Only missing, I think, Amita, Martha, and Christian. Oh, Christian is there. So this is also another thing that is important. When you are developing a pitch deck, put actors actually who are going to be in your movie. Because me as a person, I've been disappointed in Ugandan casting directors so much. I usually reach out to people I trust, friends. I'm like, hey, you know what? Question. I wanted to ask you. I want to work with this actor. What do you think? I usually reach out to people I want or I believe in their work. So I reach out to fellow filmmakers and ask them, what do you think about this actor? So Felix and me, we are team. Felix on set, he does a lot of work. He would be one guy who will be the main actor, then he's doing the locations and fixing everything for you while you're shooting the film. So he's my guy. We worked together on my short film in 2018 called Bibi Mtoto. And we won 3 awards. I won Best Director, he won Best Actor, and Joan Nantege won Best Costumes. So that made me wanting to work with him back and forth. So I've worked with him again on The Last Taxi as Big Dog. Yeah, and Alan. So I'm a fan of Alan before most of you knew Alan. So Alan used to be a dancer. So I used to hang around dancers at National Theatre. That's how I found out about Alan. And Alan used to be in TV commercials. So I was a very good admirer when I saw him in Sanyu and his performance in Building 62. I was like, you know what, I need this guy. So Monica Jacobs, she's really someone who has worked so hard. I added her on my cast. I really admire her work. And Monica's sister was the main actress. Her name is Amita Martha. She was in Chadara. Then there is Sophia. I grew up actually seeing Sophia acting in Ugandan films. I'm like, one day I want to work with Sophia. So finally, I got Sophia on my film. I was really so happy. Farouk, I used to love Farouk so much. He's a talented actor, director, writer. I was like, Farouk, I know I don't have a lot of money, but can you be in my film? At first, he's like, I'm busy. When I share the script, he's like, Walter, when do you shoot? I'm like, on this day, 1, 2, 3, where? He's like, okay, I'm in. Then I love this guy, Tonel Takome, a very talented actor, a very talented director. I was like, Ton, I want you to be in my film. He said yes, and I put him on my pitch deck. Then Cristiano, I love Cristiano. So all these actors and many more, always you're supposed to have a relationship with the actors you want to work with. Don't allow a casting director to control your casting, because in Uganda, casting directors, when you hire them, oh, I have a database. Oh, these are the actors I have. Can you take them? No. Any filmmaker, this is a piece of advice. If you cannot cast your own actors, then you're doing a wrong job. Because you know the script, you developed it, you wrote it. When you write a script, you know the actor you want. That's the thing. So this is not really so important. The production plan is not really so important, but it's also important. You can look out at the script, the screenplay log, the casting locations, the crew search and team, and the pre-production. Usually when my producer Isabella is on the project, she knows who we're going to work with. She has been doing this on The Last Taxi. Yeah, she did this on The Last Taxi and also Discover the Dead. By the time she's like, I have this person here and there. So these are the people I had on my crew, myself. I had Isabella, the producer, myself, and Beckmas. Then for cinematography, at first I wanted to work with Kasoma Kasmed. I don't know if you guys, I think someone still remembers this guy. This guy shot this film called CP. It was directed by Giant Maru a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I'm not so sure. So I didn't get him. Something happened. We don't know why he's not working film anymore, but I went back to an old friend called Kamau Benson Muigai. So I brought Benson back to Uganda. He shot my film. He's from Kenya. He shot some films for Kevin Jones too. And also after that, Joan was used to do makeup and hair. I'm like, Joan, no, can you be an art director? He said yes. So Joan took the role, came with her whole crew, and it's also something that is good if you see someone has been working with you. Try to support them to get in an elevated position to make them better. Yeah, so Joan was an art director on that, and the Disco of the Dead. Of course, sound, I've worked with Shantos. Alex has been doing my lighting from, I think, at least 2017 or 18. Yeah. Then the editor was Beckmas. Me, I said, I'm going to excuse myself because me, when I start editing, I only look out for what costed so much money. And it's not a good thing. Filmmakers, we have that. We only focus on what is really having a lot of money, what you spent on the shot. You feel like, oh, this shot stressed me so much. I wanted it to be in the film. So I wanted to have Jesus Dai Seboa. I'm a fan of his work, but I didn't get him. So Beckmas edited the film, and we got a lady called Louisa Wanjiku as the finishing editor, and she was busy. We didn't really finish on time like we wanted. So we are starting over again next week in Kampala, and we are putting on the team Sentamu Philip. He worked on Let's Eat, and I liked how he edited it. And then also the story here, myself and Mutesi, then Samuel, Sevi, and Sharon, they edited the script. Yeah, so the next slide is I'm going to talk about now the fun things. After the film is made, film is edited, of course, don't forget one important thing when the film is done, shooting and editing, please, I really urge everyone, invest in post-production. Don't do a film without good post. Please. You're going to struggle. Out there, you're going to be alone. People are going to reject your film. And when they do reject your film, it's going to be a lot on you. I know how rejection feels. I've been going through rejection. I know rejection is a very, very, very hard thing for us as filmmakers. But please, when you do your film, go to Ahura, negotiate. This is how much I have. I want sound, 5.1. Then find someone who knows how to do a DCP. Apparently, a lot of people know how to do them in Uganda. Personally, I know how to do it too. So someone knows how to do it too. A DCP is a digital file that has everything separate but submitted to a festival as a format. You can always do a hard drive DCP or a digital DCP, send on email. So most festivals now accept DCP. A few years ago, they used to ask for DVD or Blu-ray or film roll, which we don't have in Uganda or anywhere in Africa and the Middle East. So this is, I want to talk about festivals. Then lastly, I'll talk about the initiatives available for short film development. So festivals. So I want to tell you something about festivals. Did you know that there are people who distribute short films professionally? Do you know that there are short film distributors? And one person I know personally one called Studio Connection. That lady, she's from France. Her name is Claire Diao. She's one of the programmers now for the Toronto International Film Festival. And I knew her way back, but I met her physically for time in Durban this year. So when you do a film, how it works, reach out to Claire. Then there's one also I worked with in Canada. She's from Quebec. So her sister is my agent in Canada. So she's Nigerian French. So like her name is, so my agent is a sister to that distributor. So they have a company called Traveling Distribution. They separated now. They have a company called Cinema Afrique. So my agent, her name is Joan Kenning. So Joan Kenning has a sister, Joan Kenning Ifunanya, has a sister, her name is Gloria Ifunanya. She runs Cinema Freak. So Cinema Freak, they are so much interested in distributing documentaries because in Canada, there is a lot of money for documentaries. Yeah, more money for documentaries. So I didn't really go to festivals I wanted because of one mistake like I made about the choices for the sound design. And also I rushed the film. Personally, I don't like my last film, the Massacre to Toronto. No, I don't, because I feel like I rushed it. And I got a grant recently to take it back into remixing for 5.1, which we are doing, and I think it will be done on Sunday this week. So I really advise, this is my personal advice on festivals, please always take festivals that are really, really so helpful to you. You don't need to take your film to every festival. Look at festivals that are so much interested in African films. There is a lot now. So me in Canada, I don't take my films to every Canadian festival because Canada is struggling to understand world cinema. So I made a list of festivals that really understand African film, but not every all of them. So one of the world's biggest short film festivals is called Clermont-Ferrand. It's in a city called Clermont-Ferrand in France. It happens in January. Always, if you have a film, a good film, for example, imagine if a film like Jimby, or in reality, if Brian's film, if all these films went to Clermont-Ferrand, they would perform very well. And at Clermont-Ferrand, there is a market. This market, you find out that a lot of programmers are there. So when your film has a world premiere at Clermont-Ferrand, programmers will pursue your film now. You won't submit. They will come, Brian, please, I would like to program your film at Tampere or Africa or Vienna Shots or whatever. So you give the film away. They will pay you some screening fees. They usually don't pay beyond 50 euros, but that's okay. When your film wins the grand jury prize at Clermont-Ferrand, you receive 5,000 euros. Then the big dog, Berlinale Shots, the section of the Berlin Film Festival. They only take world premieres. I will tell you there are so many Ugandan films that would make it to the list because in Berlin, they watch all the films. These are not commercial film festivals, like a lot of film festivals on a film freeway. They don't watch the films actually, and they take the money. There are so many, especially even in Africa. There are so many festivals that don't watch films, but they take the money. And this becomes even so stressful to filmmakers. And festivals are selfish. So don't make a film that you want a festival. When I did last Mastercard Toronto, I was like, I think I want to take this film to the Uganda Film Festival. Just take it there. I want it to be part of the festival, even if it doesn't get nominated, but at least it's part. And the film ended up winning. I was even sleeping, and Isabella sent me a message, and Beckmas, you know what? We won the award. I'm like, how? How did we even beat History of Ugandan Cinema? How did we beat this documentary about Michael von Ottershot? But I was like, okay, maybe the Lord has opened the door for me in a country I was born in. So when you open a film in Berlin, just know where you're going to pay any money. And I want us to start working to have films at big festivals. Shoot, write a good script, take it in development. You don't need to take it to bring it abroad for development. Work with people at home. Like I said, have this culture in you as an artist. We need to pay people. Someone is not going to leave his busy schedule, leave his family, leave his work of traveling the world to come and say, you know what? I'm going to come and consult Brian for free. No. Or Brian is going to leave his trips and everything and his films to come and work for free. Pay them money. Say, but hey, Brian, you know what? I have here 100 and I'm not saying pay him 150. I'm just giving an example. Oh, you know what? Me, I'll pay more. Someone I'm paying this in a day. Please, can you consult me? So, Berlinale, Clermont-Ferrand. There is Tampere in Finland. It's a very good film festival. Glasgow is good only if you went to Berlin or Clermont-Ferrand. Then Festival Regard is in Montreal in Canada. It's very good, actually. It's been so supportive to African films. Then there's also another in Canada called Vues d'Afrique. It's good for African films. I've seen so many Rwandese films this year and last year. Then Kaboom is animation. Of course, there's a lot of people doing animation in Uganda today. There's this one. That one is good if you went to Berlin or if you went to Oberhausen. Then there is Vienna Shots. It's also good. I don't want to talk about all of them. I want those that can be helpful to a Ugandan or an African filmmaker. So if you're doing documentary, there is DocuFest. It's very good, actually. Then there is, I saw here, La Gualimba. It's in Italy. They even have a lab, a development lab for talents. Then there's Shots and Shots. The one in Japan is really, really very good. And Tenerife, yeah, it's southern Spain near Morocco. And then let me see here. So here there is this festival called Go Shot. It's in Nijmegen in Netherlands. This is a good festival because I want you guys to check it out. It has a producers campus whereby you apply to be. I was selected last year, but I didn't go. I was in Uganda shooting Discover the Dead. So they selected me to be part of the producers campus. You can go. There's a lot of co-producers who are interested in working with Africans. So you can go there in the campus, but for being part of the campus, you pay 300 euros, which is about, I think, 1.2 or 3 million, and you buy your ticket. But the 300 euros you pay, it covers your accommodation. And when you go to Europe, have some savings for buying food, at least 10 euros a day for a meal. Yeah. So when I come to these places, I how much I live in Canada, but because we're not rich, people don't have money. There is Chinese food and cheap food. Yeah. So then I Aspen Short Fest. It's a very good film festival in the US. It is really so important when it comes to short films. Then I see Dresden is in Germany. This is also good too. Then this one, Oberhausen in Germany. Yeah, that is also good. If you have a film, you can already submit Oberhausen. It's been so supportive to films. And you know one thing about film? These people from Rwanda, they are all over. Like 10 years ago, most of these filmmakers in Rwanda were living in Uganda. We went with them in Maisha, went with them everywhere. But these days, these Rwandese, we can't. We can't. They are way far. Every Rwanda has a film in Berlin. Every Rwanda. I was checking on a lady recently called Clementine. I think I was with her in Nigeria in 2016 at Afrif. There was a lab. We also were together in 2017 again. In 2016 in Nigeria. 2017 we were at Mashariki. She got funding from the World Cinema Fund. And she brought in a very big cinematographer called Mustafa Elkashef. So Mustafa Elkashef has made 3 films. All of them premiered in Cannes, back to back. Yeah, back here. So there is Lauven. Lauven is also a very good film festival, but also there's another one called Africa Film Festival, Lauven. It's good. Then Sao Paulo is good for black films. Then Show Me Shows is also good for films made by African filmmakers. Then these ones, I only look out for Uppsala and Festival de Nouveau, the cinema is in Canada. Those 2 are good for films made by Black people or Africans. Then lastly, Authentica is good if you have an animation. Leeds is good too if you went to a bigger festival. They'll take you only for that. Then there is this one, if you made a comedy, it's in Canada. Shots that are not pants. It's good for comedy. Then down there is the International Cruise Film Tage. It's in Switzerland. It's very good. Then Madagascar Court is good too, but me I like this one more, Interfilm Berlin. They bring you to Berlin. I think they had Uganda as a country in focus like how long ago? Last year or the year before, a lot of people went there. They bring you to Berlin, they give you accommodation. And they take your film and they pay you even screening your film. And they also help with distribution. So, a quick one. Before I go to distribution, before I go, to development programs. So me, I know everyone likes YouTube in Uganda, but me, I don't like YouTube for one reason. There are so many websites in the world. I just started using ChatGPT recently because I had a problem with ChatGPT. I studied literature in Uganda in both O and A level. So I felt like I'm very smarter than ChatGPT, but no. It's good actually in laying out proposals. That's one thing I use it for, proposals. Yeah, but never use it to outline a script. Never use it to write a script. It will give you wrong information. Never use it to write a treatment too. Always stress your knowledge and never use it to edit. Yeah, please. This is from me. So try to find distributors. I compiled, I think another. I'm going to send this to Brian and also another document that has people who are into distributing shots. But remember, to distribute your short film, it has to have at least gone in a big festival. For example, there's a film that was at ZIF this year. I think Moses Trinity and some other guys who did it. But it's good for distribution. So always this information is available, and we are here to share information with filmmakers who are growing, who are emerging. I'm not saying I'm a big filmmaker like someone. No, I am a growing filmmaker. Yeah. So this is from the Short Film Corner in Cairns, and these are all development programs. So these are programs where, hopefully you guys can see this because I feel like I switch it a bit. These are development programs that are all over the world where you can go with a short film script. And you're gonna remember one thing: Ugandans, we know how to write. Africans, we know how to write. Some of the best writers in the world come from Africa. Chinua Achebe, Nigeria. Wole Soyinka, Nigeria. Okot Pibzek, Uganda. There's a lady who put us in Maisha, Angela M. Warren. She's a very good writer. Lakelola Trine, Ugandan writer. Samuel Xavier, ABCD, Ugandan writer. Look at Kenya, Ngugi wa Thiong'o. All these people, some of the best writers come from Africa. There used to be a guy from Ethiopia, I'm forgetting the name. One of the best filmmakers from the world of African cinema is from Ethiopia, Haile Gerima. So you see where we are. So there is this one here, Africa Art. This is good if you have a feature film. They'll give you support. Yeah. Oh, no, short, yeah. But this one, you need a co-producer in Senegal. Then if you're a female co-producer, there is also this one here. It's a lab. And there's a pitching forum for animators in Poland. Let me see. There is Bali Glass Glow. This is an excellent program. But also, if you have a lot of Ugandans now are living outside Uganda, down here there is Balinari Talents. Always apply, even if you don't go through. Apply. They will have you on file. That okay, Mr. ABCD applied last year. Then there is I put up so each of them have links. You can click on these links and learn more. Then there's this one I'm going to. It's called Singuna. It's in Egypt, or the Guna Film Festival. It's also a good one. It's its first year. Then there is Dakar Court. Dakar Court is really good. It's in Senegal. I'm not looking out for those in Africa. Those support African cinema. There is one here at the Doha Film Institute. Please, when you see their call, what you do, you go on the website and sign out for the newsletter. You get these updates. So Doha Film Institute, they can support you for 6 months to a year to develop a short film. And they have even a fund. And recently they started the festival. When you get that grant, they give you about $30,000 US. That's enough to do a very good short film. Then there is Emergente, SynLab. Most of these you see, these days they're opening up for international films. Most of them now, they're opening up for international films. You just click on these training initiatives. You look to what works for you: animation, documentary, or fiction. Then there are more here. When you see anything, now there is this one, International Short Film Festival, Oberhausen in Germany. They have a training. This is very good to apply, even if you don't have a film there. And they say, hey, if they write a letter for you to apply for a visa, you can always get the visa. Because I know a lot of us in Africa who struggle with visas. Then there's a script pitch at Interfilm Berlin. It's also important. It comes before October. There is a doc forum at the IDFA or the IDFA Netherlands. I was selected for this one, the Go Short Producers Campus. Then these ones in Switzerland, they also have the Locarno alumnus from Africa, Asia, Latam, and Eastern Europe. So there's Kino Gualimba. It's also a residence in Italy. So last year I applied, but I didn't go through. Please, apply for each and everything. Apply. Don't say, oh, I don't have air ticket. Especially the free ones. Apply. And let me give you a piece of advice. How I used to do it in Uganda. When you find a lab and you like it, for example, I Interfilm Berlin, and they select you, write a letter, ask UCC to recommend you go to the German embassy. Ask for them for an air ticket. They'll give it to you. They'll help you. But you have to write a proposal, 2-page proposal. Why is it important now in your career? to go to the Interfilm Berlin pitch. Usually they give more support if you're going like for Berlinale talents. They really give support. These days there's even more. You can go to the French embassy too. Canadian embassy too. They have a consulate just under the building for Jubilee Insurance. Tell them, hey, you know what? I'm going to the Toronto International Film Festival. I need support and funding. And I need only support for my hotel and air tickets. They'll give you that. We used to do these things back in the day. Then there is Kyoto Filmmakers Lab. This is in Japan. Yeah, this is one also I tried to check it out. I applied, hopefully. I don't know, but it's also very good for Africans. Because when you leave Japan, after the lab, my friend got a new Sony camera because Sony comes from Japan. And they funded half of his air ticket. To travel from Uganda to Japan is cheaper than traveling from Canada to Japan. So they usually give you half of your ticket. They give you about like $800 US. Your ticket will cost you like $1,200 or $1,500. So it's a good lab to go to because it can change your life entirely. Then, there is Lytton, it's in France, it's also good. There is one here called the Linz International Short Film Festival and Talent Academy. So I got selected in this one. And it's a pitching forum, lab and workshop. So I'm in Linz right now in Austria. So usually the good thing about this one is that when you go through the first phase, you get a chance to pitch your film in Cannes. And usually when you pitch your film in Cannes, the next year you come back to do all premiere, they take it because you're an alumni. Filmmakers like Murad Mustafa from Egypt, Payal Kapadia from India, all started here in the same place. So there's Locarno Academy for critics, for filmmakers. There's the Masters Wood. There is a Midpoint Shorts also is very good. And also Minico. There's a lot of these programs. Then there's also more here. This is animation. There's the Objective in Singapore. Then lastly, let me see. There's also, let me see which one. Okay, there's a Purin Short Film Camp. This is in Asia. Last year they opened up to countries all over the world. So this presentation, I think this is the last page of it. It's going to be available. More? Okay, most of them are in Europe. Let me see if there's one more important here. SFC, oh no, I was almost forgot. SFC, Rendezvous in Cannes. Then there's Script Tampere. This one in Cannes is the short film corner in Cannes. Yeah, it's also very, very good. If you get to apply, you have to submit your film. When they like it, they invite you over. But you buy your ticket and you pay accommodation. It's very expensive to stay in Cannes during the festival. But if you believe in yourself and what you want to do, don't cry. Go. Don't find a hotel, live in a dorm. Yes. The first Berlin I see in a dormitory. Live in a dorm, you pay about like 30 euros, about like how much in Kenya, about like 3,000 cash, about like 80k Uganda shillings. You're staying in a dorm and look for cheap food. You're going only for one thing, to elevate your career. You want to be on the table. So there's Talking Shorts. This is all over Europe. Then there's one more I saw that's important. It's the Shorts International Film Festival, and it has a pitch training. This is open now. The Shorts International Film Festival pitch training is open now. You can apply. When you apply and they like your script or pitch, they will take you. Tribeca, yeah, is good, but these days it's becoming hard to go to America now. It's becoming harder. So let me see. Then there is Uppsala. Yes, Uppsala has a pitch. Vienna Shorts has a residency. And Talent Days. When East meets West also is good for documentary. It happens next year. So check out all these links. See what works for you. Don't rush. I'm going to share this with Brian. Then lastly, as I'm finishing, so we have more 30 minutes for... Wait, what's the time in Uganda? I think it's coming to 9. I don't know. I think it's coming to 9. So, lastly, as a filmmaker, you know what you want. You know what you want. You know what you want to achieve. Please, always put something in your head that my goal is I want to make my film the way I want it to. So what I shared, I didn't really go deep into script writing and budgeting because I want you already when you have a script. There's a lot we can do. There's a lot we can do as Africans. When you come to these places, like in Europe, a lot of people are working together in Europe. People are working together so much. People are supporting each other so much. You find every film now in Europe is co-produced by someone from Europe. I've even gone far in Europe. Let me come to Rwanda. Today, you find that their film that was in Berlin was produced by Moise Ganza and Imbabazi Sharinangao. The next day, you find that Mutiganda Nkunda his film was produced by Yuli Amuli. And you find most of these films in Rwanda that have made it are exactly produced by Joel Kalekes, who was our mentor in Maisha in 2015. So you see how these people work together. Let us work together. Let us emphasize working together. Reach out to everyone who can support you. I can support you with some things if I have time. More is available. My number is on the group. I'm on Instagram. I respond, and my email is on Instagram too. When you have anything you want advice on, always reach out. Don't fear people. Reach out to Lukman Ali. I reached out to him about the action sequences in my film. Reach out to Samuel Xavier. In anything you want, he's a multi-versatile artist. Reach out to who? Everyone is available. Even big producers like Magola Nathan. The Nawisos. Reach out to Nana Kaga. Reach out to my producers too, Isabel and Beckmas. Reach out to everyone as long as you want to grow. Don't say, oh, I want to make a film better than Jimby. I want to make a film better than Samuel Xavier's Most High or his TV series. No. Don't come to do this because you want to be better than Samuel Xavier. No. Come here because you want to be like him. I mean, that's the thing. Don't say, oh, I want to, because competition is good. Competition is good and bad. It's bad when you come and you don't be better than this person. Come to be like him. Me, I think I would love to be like Samuel Xavier or Lukman Ali or anyone good. And I want to be better than me. The Walter of 2018 who did Bibi Mtoto is better than the Walter of now who did Last Taxi. That's the thing. And the Walter who is doing Disco of the Dead and Zona Neda is going to be a different one. So thank you so much all for this opportunity of allowing me to share the little I know. I'm going to work on a very good email just after here and send it to Brian. And this email has information that you might all need. This presentation is going to be available. Take it, see where it can help you in your career. And we need to work together. The only way we are going to succeed is by us working together. People who were there before us in African film, they work together. Usman Sembene, Pele Gerima, Soliman Sise, Matt Bish, Tim Bishop, and etc. I'm going to stop sharing, then I'll come back for questions. Stop sharing. Okay, I am here now. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you so much for sharing. It's really been, I don't know, but I've learned a lot. I just wanted to ask you, I remember you talked about, so when you're casting, you shouldn't let the casting directors decide for you. Also, you mentioned in your pitch deck, you said you should always have the people that you want to work with in your pitch deck. And my question is, of course, sometimes you want to work with these people, but when you look at your budget, things might not work out. But also, let me say, for example, if you may be being commissioned, and then still the budget you're being given does not allow you to work with these people, and if it's a commissioned film and you've pitched it, let me say, for example, to Showmax, they're expecting these people in the film, but then maybe if the budget doesn't allow you, then you're not going to have these people in the film. So how do you juggle this situation?
Thank you for the question. Yeah, that really happens actually. That's a very important question. It happens because, you see, I think it happened to me. I wanted to use Zizinga Dixon in Last Taxi. And when I sent out the first pitch deck I had, it had Zizinga. But then when I reached out, I think Zizinga owed 200. 200 is like, I can't take the money because I was paying very little money. Not even $1 million shilling, but it was a one-day shoot for just him. I'm like, hey, you know what? I have like a 500K. Can you ABCD? So he's like, no. But the thing is, like what I said earlier, be open. Always, if Lobby is my main actor, between now and the shooting time, what if Lobby gets pregnant or married and husband is like, get out of the industry? Always have someone similar to the other person. They won't blame you because Showmax is like these days and DSTV or DSTV Canal Plus is like, you know what? We are looking for new faces, not the same faces. There's a time where the industry has been having the same faces back to back for like 5 years. Since 2020, yeah? The industry has had the same faces and everyone is like, no, is there new faces? So I think my advice on that should be always have the main actor and also like keep around the other main actor. And you know, in case this person is not available, here is it. But don't go back to the network and say, you know what, Robbie cancelled, so I'm bringing back the money. Never do that mistake. Go ahead and shoot the film with the actors you have. And say, you know what, these are the actors I got and the film is here, it's made. So they're going to look out for you. They're going to respect you when it comes to, sorry, I'm putting my laptop in. They will look at you in a respective perspective that, okay, Mr. Brian went on to do the film even without Lobby. I think we've seen these films like, I think it was supposed to be John Boyega. Then they brought in this handsome guy and he killed it even more than John Boyega. So, like, leave it open. I don't know about your experience with Ugandan casting directors, but me, I really have an issue. I don't want to come to Brian and say, hey, Brian, I want actors. And then you tell me, I have Ruby here. Ruby is a friend of Brian. I have Ruby here. Can she work? No. Always know who is going to be your actor when you are starting to develop the film. Who is your main actor? Right now, I know who is my main actress on my next film. Because I reached out to her, I'm like, hey, do you like the script? Okay, yes. Okay, I'm like, you're going to be my main actor. I'm going to find your worth. And always, when you have a budget, if you gave Brian this amount, always don't pay Brian more because Brian is famous than me. Don't pay Lobby because she's the biggest actor on set. No. Pay Lobby, okay, if you're paying Lobby $1 million, pay Brian $1 million too. I want Brian to leave the set when he's happy. Tomorrow when your poster is out, he's going to share it around. Yes. I don't know if I can open the chats. I tried, but I can't find it. Where do you find the chats? Brian, I need your help with the chats. I can't find it. Where is it? I can't find it. I'm open for questions, but I can't find the chat on this computer. Oh, wait. It's here. Okay. Thank you so much. Samuel, you said thank you for this information. It's golden for short filmmakers. It's right, fine. Thank you so much. I'm honored, Brian. Gavi said, just wanted to get more information on how you found your distributors. What platforms could we use? Which people could we contact? And how long to find a distributor? So for short films, I am going to put on the email here, Claire Diao. But again, go to Claire Diao when you're ready. They'll get back to you in 8 weeks. If you want your film to be at Berlinale or Venice or whatever, reach out to Claire 8 weeks prior. The company, I'm going to put some of the distributors I know for short films. Then there's also a company in Kenya called Okada Distribution. I don't know how they work. I've not worked with them. But they're good in finding streaming. But to be honest, to me, this is my view. I don't believe in YouTube. Because in YouTube, people in third world countries are going to download the film. imagine someone downloaded a South African film in the Philippines and they took it back in post on their own. They dubbed it. Actually, it was a feature film from South Africa. They dubbed it and they put it on the streets selling it, and they made so much money because they had the master dubbed copy. So me, no YouTube. Sorry for now. I rather go for Vimeo on demand instead of going on YouTube, because at least I'll know Robbie paid for my film, Oscar paid for my film, and Patrick. So yeah, that's the thing about it. Please, Mr. Victor, yeah. Wait, I'm going to send out an email to Brian. Brian, you give me a grace period of a night because I'm going to leave my hotel and go find her dinner. I'm going to work on a very good email with all this information. Please reach out always on my Instagram. My Instagram name is Walter Absura. Yes, Walter Gabriel. No, yeah, I'll put a link in the chat. Always reach out in case you want anything regarding film. So I can always share that information. Please, I'm a very easy person. I don't know a lot, but I have some resources. I didn't organize myself well like I wanted because I came to Linz and I got so busy. But at least I shared something small. I know no one wants to share this in Uganda. But as I finish, if there are no questions, I'm going to emphasize one thing. Invest in yourself as a filmmaker. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Personal development. There is a lot of labs that are open that take people from our country. Don't look at that air ticket. There are even labs there in Rwanda, Kenya. Don't look at that support and say, oh. And also another thing I want to advise, guys. I grew up in Uganda. I lived in Uganda. I know how it means to struggle to do a film. Always as an artist, try to always have 2 million shillings on your bank account. At least wake up today, put it, take it on Sunday, use it. Keep it moving for only one reason: be ready to travel. In this type of work, if you can't travel, it will limit you, because film and travel, these are two brothers. In film, we travel, even if you don't want to go to a country, to be honest. I came here, I'm leaving on Sunday, next Friday I'm going to Egypt, then I have to go back to Canada, I have to go to Montreal for my other film, then I leave after the same lab, after like 4 days I leave, I come to Rwanda for Masharket. That's the thing, be ready, Mirania told us, be permeable, educate yourself around with what is available. If you can't afford to pay Robbie, tell her, Robbie, I don't have a lot, I'm giving you ABCD. Take it or leave it. Robbie will say, I'm busy, now I'm on a TV series, they pay me 5 million per month. I'll come and help you. But when she comes on your set, feed her, pay her transport, take care of her. Tomorrow she'll come back and work with you. I'm an aspiring filmmaker. Great stories, series, shorts, features, but I failed to get those funding agencies. Mr. Elliott, you know the way funding works. I want to advise you on funding. You're aspiring. Start small. You want to make a series. But how can you start? Do a short film, even if it's 5 minutes, 10. Start on that. Put it in a festival, even if it's UCC. There's a lot of festivals in Africa. But I would advise you about festivals. For now, don't focus on festivals for paying if you're from Africa. There's a lot of free festivals, actually. There's a festival in the US. My film is there. It's called the Silicon Valley African Film Festival. It is free. There is also another festival called UCC, Uganda Film Festival, you don't pay. Palo International Film Festival, you don't pay. Make sure you go to festivals where you don't pay and build a resume. There's a lot now in East Africa. But even those that are paying, they pay less. So when it comes to funding, first develop a project. When the project is developed well, then you can look for funding. Don't say that I want funding right away. I lived in Canada 7 years now. I first got my first grant in 2024. I went to school. I worked on TV series as a crew member. I never got any money. They gave me my first funding last year to go to the Durban Film Art for Zona Ned. From there, funding is given to people who have gotten funding before. That's how it works. Start in Uganda. This organization called German Culture Center in Kamocha, they have a grant. They're calling for creative programs. And these creative programs, they want people with ideas. Say, I have an idea of a film, but it's also going to benefit people in this way. They'll give you how much? Even if they give you 2 million, start on that. Yes. If you're a student, if you're an emerging filmmaker, start on that. Don't always limit yourself because of money. Christopher Nolan, his first film had a budget of $6,000. Today, this film has a budget of 500 million. Patrick Senyang, I thought I was the only one who was an attitude towards YouTube. Yes. Patrick, thank you. Me, YouTube, no. I don't advise people to put your films on YouTube because we want to make money. Okay, if I put it on YouTube, now I need to pay more 5 to 10 million to have a campaign for the film to get 10 million views, 1 million views. I have to pay TikTokers, influencers. What if I don't? So that's the thing. So me, I'm advising, please, for now, if you want to develop an like a career, first AI from YouTube for now. At least I can put last Massacre Toronto on YouTube after I've gone around festivals if I don't get a distributor. I've been struggling to get a distributor until recently I got Voice of America. They're like, we should take the film for television. I'm like, okay, at least I'll get some money. So also, I've tried a few production houses, but still no reply. Ambrose, yeah, they don't, everyone is in Uganda, just know one thing, everyone is scared to take on a project. It's not easy. Everyone is scared. But I'll share more information for you. There's also programs at British Council now. There's a travel grant for those who are going to festivals. Brian has been to the Film Week Africa. I didn't attend because I just came back from South Africa by the time it happened. I was in Durban. I couldn't go back. But like I said, DocuBox in Kenya has that grant where it opens in March. They give $10,000. DocuBox is there. And then people are starting up more programs. Anything you see, just put yourself in. Today, I am not a big filmmaker. I'm emerging or mid-career. In Canada, I'm emerging. In Uganda, I'm mid-career. But I apply for everything I see. Me, what I want is my name out there. Because the more your name is there, the more you're in places, everyone who is giving out funding, I think I'll go for Mr. Eli. I'll go for Samuel. I'll go for Lewis. I'll go for Tony. I'll go for Ambrose because Ambrose was in the Uganda Film Festival workshops. Ambrose was at the Matat Film Stage workshops. That's what they are looking for. So Ruby said, thank you so much, Walter. This has been very informative for me somehow. Who is really getting into film production outside acting. I've learned a lot, especially on the pitching deck. So this will come so handy. Yeah. How is it called? I'm going to put up this website for people who are beginners and it's free. You want to learn how to work on your pitch deck. So just open up an account. Yeah. And I'll send it tonight. So that is pitch. And I'm going to put some information. Any advice you want on your script, pitch, reach out. When you send it to me, don't forget to send me an NDA. Yeah, remind me, an NDA is a non you can report that person and they can pay you some money. Thank you so much for sharing this information. If you only had 5 people in our industry who are open, yeah, going so start out a newsletter. It's very easy on Google. These days, you need people to do. This is a brand now. The name build what's called later. You can say messages are free. We have a WhatsApp. I think these are things, Brian, you need to add on. This is now. Only when we are ready. I think people in who are successful in, but to support this, in case you need anything from me to support any filmmaker, I want all of us to we work together. Thank you so much. Guys, I'll be off in 2 minutes. Thank you so much for giving me the time to share the little I know. I believe we'll meet somewhere, somehow around the world. Anyone who is going to the Marsha Racket in Rwanda, let's meet there. Simbuzi has a bus, it's $200. Invest in yourself. It has accommodation. If you pay to the festival, it will be expensive, but $200, you have accommodation for like 4 days. And the festival pass. Come, let's talk about ideas. And if you have a feature film, they have a pitch. So you share information about your film. I'm going to put it in the link for Brian. It's okay. L9 Films, it's okay. The presentation will be shared out by Brian. Then, yeah. Guys, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate. And my number, in case you want to know anything, my number is there. In case you want to ask anything, you send a message. Yeah, that's my number. You can always ask me anything. I don't remember my Uganda number, yeah. But that's it. Brian, please, say something before we go. Thank you for giving me this chance, please. I really appreciate it. Bye.
All right. I don't think Brian is around, but thank you everyone for joining in the session. It's been amazing. Again, if you want to go back to today's session, the recording will be shared later on the YouTube channel, and the link will be shared in the group. If you know anyone that would be interested in the conversation and whatever has just been shared, you can also share the link with them and keep on spreading the good news. Yeah, and Film Chat continues to move on. So thank you everyone for attending, and hope to see you on the next session. All right.